There can only be one.
Awesome. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on an episode of Fish versus Fish. My two co-hosts tonight is Paulie, Bam, and Whip right here. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Skipper has some major family issues going. Oh, nice Buckies, Paul. Well, Skipper has some major family issues, so we got to keep him in our thoughts and prayers. He's had to cancel the Saturday night auction. So I don't know if I'll do something Saturday night or not. So we'll find out and think about it later. But how are you guys doing?
Great.
Doing good.
Great.
Awesome.
How about you, Ed?
Well, I went to the doctor today and had a device check. I have to get my artificial heart valve checked every 6 months and my pacemaker that they have inside my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's good. They said that I only have a 2% pacemaking use, which is great. And they said that's probably time that it doesn't even need to work. It goes off because you're in such a deep sleep. Your heart really slows down when you're sleeping hard. So it probably wakes me up from good sleep.
So basically it says you sleep all day.
Yeah. Well, and that's pretty much the truth. But now, have you guys ever been on an episode?
Yeah. What's that, Ed?
Have you guys ever been on an episode of Fish versus Fish?
No.
Okay. How about you, Whit?
As a participant in the chat, I have, but not up on the panel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay, well,
I've only watched it, so.
Okay, so what's going to happen is I've got a column of a bunch of fish, and I'll give you guys a hint. It's all monster fish tonight.
Woohoo!
What I know nothing about.
Well, but you might end
now
up.
You know how I feel when you guys are talking them little dice.
So you might like it, Paul. And then the audience, you guys get an opportunity to also give us a rating. And so I get 5 scores. And then at the end of the night, we're going to see who the master fish is.
All right. So do I have to keep score of this stuff?
I'll keep all the score. But
Okay,
Paul, if you would be willing to hit start and stop in between the different categories.
Okay.
So like you'll hit enter. This you're taking over Skipper's hard job.
All right. So I'm gonna have to type this in then.
Yes.
You kind of broke up for a second.
I'm gonna have to type this into the chat.
Yep, just start and finish.
Okay.
And then,
we'll give them like 2 minutes.
And then, Ed, are you rolling dice again, or are you just going to pick somebody?
Nope. I like to keep it really random. So depending on how many people are out there will be the size of dice that I roll. And right now I've got a 10 and an 8-sider set up. In the wintertime, I normally have to set up 20-siders. And maybe in the summer, we may have to just do 6-sided dice even because we have a lot less people in the summer. But I thank you, everybody that's here. You guys are all amazing for doing this. And gosh, I just saw Fish Fam Link say thank you to Sean Chadwick. Thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. Let's see.
Okay,
well,
so
I can't see the sticker, but thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that a lot. And Killer Kitty said, I hope Whip can be the special guest since he loves supersized fish. LOL. I can't wait to watch on the drive home from work tonight. So, and you know what? She actually put a vote in for you to come up last night on one of my other like shorts or something. So
Whip, you don't want to go up on Ed's shorts.
No, I'm really. I'd like to decline respectfully.
That picture is that's something I think you want to be a part of.
Right.
You know, every time I go in for the EKG, that's where they stick all the stickers on your chest. I get this one real crabby nurse that does it, and she always says, "Oh, he's so hairy." And so, so that's her excuse for being bad at her job. Well, today I shaved all in the right spots. So she came in and said, "Oh, he's so hairy." And I said, "I shaved all in the right spots." And she went, "Oh, you're so sweaty." I'm like, "What? I'm not even sweating."
Ed, give her. She wants your phone number.
I don't think so. I think she's always looking for an excuse. Because I'm like, it's kind of cold in here. I don't think I'm sweaty, but whatever. It's like she has to get it on the books why it got messed up, but it was perfect, so it didn't matter. But gosh. But okay, so guys watching, you guys when Paul, what's your name on your when you type in? Is it me? Paul Sotero?
Yeah, just says me.
Okay. So when you guys see Paul say, oh, okay. Well, whatever his name is, you'll see it. And that's when you guys start. And you give it a score of 1 that is the worst fish, and 10 definitely that fish. So 1 is bad, 10 is good. And so tonight is Tank Buster Fish. If
okay,
we could make one of these, yes. Wait, what'd you say?
It says here he is.
Okay, so if so the goal for tonight is if we could make one of these monster fish, tank busters, dwarf sized to keep in a 55-gallon tank or smaller.
I already have my winner.
Well, hopefully it comes up. Now I have
I'm sure it will.
A 55-gallon tank or smaller this has to be kept in?
Yeah, so this is
if you dwarf it. If you dwarf it.
But they're dwarfed. If we could dwarf one fish or find like a species of pygmy of this version, what would it be? Okay, so all these fish are at least 15 inches or bigger that I've got today.
Okay.
So, it's just random how I downloaded their photos, and that's how we're going to go just because it's random. And we're starting off with my favorite fish for an example. And it's probably not a very good fish compared to these others, but I'm going to pop it up here.
Oh, yeah, biker. That's a good fish because they get gigantic. People don't realize how big those things get.
Yeah, it depends on the species. They can get,
over 30 inches. And, well, just to give you an example, when I went to Father Fish's place down in Florida, I was standing next to James and I said, "Look at the Bisher." And I was looking at this 10-inch Bisher sitting on a log. And he went, "Yeah, it's huge." And then I realized the log was a Bisher also. But he had like a 30-plus incher that looked like a freaking log. And the little one was just, 10 inches is pretty big for a fish store, but that was laying on its back.
So the Bisher had a Bisher.
Yeah. But just to keep this in perspective is like, I love Bischers and I am willing to go extra big tanks for this fish. So the people that love these fish a lot of times are willing to just get it regardless of the size. But let's say you live in an apartment. Let's say you got a super job in Hawaii, but all you can do is live in a 500-foot apartment because space is really limited there. It overlooks the ocean, so it's really nice. But you can only have one 40 breeder or, so these are a fish. We want to try to find a fish that you would be happy with that wouldn't ever get like over 5 to 6 inches out of these. So, but and I'll just start. Let's see, where's the bike shirt? The bike shirt's right here. I'm gonna say I hope they find a dwarf Beischer a 5 because I'm happy with them. Okay, Paul, what is your opinion on the Beischer?
They're nice fish, but I don't keep them. So you're asking, I'm going to have to say, I'd go.
And this is,
I'd say a 5.
but your premise is still that this is a 30-inch fish that is going to be shrunk down to an inch and a half, 2 inches, right? And can be left in a 55.
We've discovered a species of it that's dwarfed or pygmy.
So let's say like 4 to 5 inch max.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me personally, I'd probably give it a. I don't know. I'd stick with you guys. Probably a 5. I like them, but they're not something I'm really. I mean, I even have one, but I don't know that I would keep one if I get rid of the one I have again. So small or large I don't know that I would keep another one. So, but I don't want to give it a low score because I'll reserve that for the monster fish that I'm not particularly fond of. So let's go 5.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, I'm hitting start right now.
Okay, and I'm shaking the dice. And we're going to start off with a 10-sider and an 8-sider. And hopefully we get 10 people to give their numbers. So we got Jimmy P with a 9. Oh, look, it's Jimmy P instead of his other name.
Yeah, that other thing you can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Jeremy, yes, I got a guy that can do a lot of guys. So, I got a guy for a guy, and, whether they can find a Beischer or not, well, we've seen stranger things happen.
Boy, I've had a good week with my pond fish. They're all doing great. I've had babies and everything. I wasn't able to get the John Oliver greens that we voted on. So I had the only green beautiful fish I could find was a red green dragon Dumbo. So that's what I got. And one of the bags had like 8 fry in it in this bag or in the box when I opened it up. But by the time it got out to the pond, there was only 3 fry in it. The female I think she was pretty hungry over being in the dark for 2 days. Wish she could
What
have
are we
held up
talking
one
about?
more day.
What kind of fish?
They're guppies.
I forget that they're cannibalistic.
Yeah.
They're so little and cute.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
okay, let's stop it.
You stop?
Yeah.
So I picked up some koi swordtails.
So it's number 10 and number 3. So let's hope that we've got 10 people that bid on it. Oh boy, I'm on StreamYards. So give me a second to find it.
Jeff Kane gave it a 10.
Oh, who gave it a 10?
Jeff Kane, first one.
Jeff Kane.
And I don't see
number
over 3. The closest to it would be, let me see.
Oh, no, we want the 10th person to enter.
Oh, okay. So that's what you want.
Yep. So let's see if it would be really cool if Jeff was the 10th person to say it and 10th, so I don't have to cross out a 10.
Nancy B.
Nancy B, what'd she say?
5.
Oh, well, all right. Well, that's what I said, so I can't say anything. And who was the number 3 person?
Looking, hold on.
Nancy B knows what she's talking about.
Oh, I see Nancy right here. It says 5. So, and then above her was Oinky at a or not oinky. I'm sorry, only Oscars. I see the O and just went oinky. That's terrible. Sorry, June, and sorry, oinky.
Hold on.
Oinky on the brain.
I'm looking.
I do.
I'm looking. Nancy B in Tennessee was the third one to enter, but she said hi Xanadu, so that wasn't. I guess that's not an enter.
Oh. So let's go 7 down from Nancy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Larry D.
6. All right. What'd Larry say?
Hello, outside in.
Oh, we just want their numbers, though.
Okay, then I'm not getting any numbers. I'm not getting any numbers until only Oscars 1.
Okay.
A 1. Woo, June.
She doesn't. June doesn't like any little ones. So
Yeah, but she's got the mega tanks. She doesn't need them to be shrunk down.
Let's see what the next one is. Oh, the needle nose gar. Needle nose gars. Let's see, get up to 18 inches long. And I mean, that's a lot bigger than 18 inches.
That's an alligator gar there.
You sure it has a really long nose? I thought the alligator gar had a flat, round front.
Well, whatever it is, you got nice fish fillets off of that thing.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, that second one, the one that the guy's holding, that's definitely not a needle nose.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like an alligator either. Yeah, I don't think needle nose get that big. I could be wrong though.
Well,
it wouldn't be the first time.
My notes say 18 inches that I wrote. But oh well.
Well, that thing is like 5 foot.
Yeah, you might get that 5 foot one because pet stores don't always know what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And they when they're baby, they probably look like that. But I have always loved needle nose gars. That was one of the fish they had when I was a kid, and they would just kind of hang back and then dart out when they're little. And I really liked them, but I never got them because they get big. So if they could make a needle nose gar that always stayed 5 inches, I would buy that up like crazy. So I'm going to give this a 8. What do you think, Paul? If they made a small version of the needle nose, and you can make it as small as you want. Maybe you want it to go hang out with your pencil fish.
Here's the deal, Ed. There's already something that closely resembles that. Small.
Half beak?
Half beaks.
Yeah.
So, this is not something that, I want to spend a lot of capital on if I can. There's already a fish that looks like it.
Yeah, but these are aggressive.
Yeah, but the thing is that who wants something with a Napoleon complex? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to give it like a 1.
Wow, Paul.
I'm tough. I'm a tough grader.
That's fine. That's fair.
I would probably give it a 6. It's not high on my list, but if I could get it down where I wouldn't have to worry about what I'm going to do with it when I hit 4, 5, 6 feet, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up on Wet Spot just to give you an idea. Now there's what the hell's the name of this one? There's a rocket gar. 12 to 14 inches, as big as it gets.
Okay.
That's almost doable for a regular person.
So I hit start while you were looking that up, and we got Larry D with a 1. Oh, and Scotty comes in, Scotty the Fish Freak, with a big, with an 8. He'd like to put those in with his rainbows. Stephen White says, I just give that thing a 3. And so does Nancy B. from Tennessee. She doesn't like the gars. Craig, the catfish cave guy. You know what? What if this was a dwarf pygmy they found in Australia and you could have it? Something to think about. But he said a 2. So, okay. Well, I think we got over 10 people. So, you want to type
They're
stop?
running $15 to $19, depending on size for the gar.
It's not too bad. Okay, so now I'm going to go back up to the start and roll the dice. We got a 4 and an 8. So let's see, who is the fourth person down? Uh-oh, and now I've already lost it. That's
All right,
the
hold
problem
on,
with
Ed.
StreamYard is we don't have
Okay, I
very
got.
many.
Now you said 4 and 8. I'm going to give you 4 first. Scotty,
Okay, Scotty,
and then
Mr.
number
Fish
8
Freak.
is
What did he give you though?
Scotty
What?
gave an 8,
An 8.
and then number 8 is Jeff Kane again, 5.
All right, Jeff. So, boy, the numbers are all over the boards with these needle nose. Man, okay, I've got to like do real adding. 28. Well, it beat out the Beischer. Let's see what the next guy is. Oh, the red-tailed catfish. Think about that. If you could get a red-tailed catfish to only be 5 inches long in your fish tanks, it would be so much more popular.
Yeah, and it still try to eat everything.
Probably, but it could still hang out with your aggressive cichlids, probably.
Yeah.
And they are a beautiful fish. Neither one of these photos really shows how stunning that white belly and the red tail is. I'm gonna say I would score the red tail a 5. Just in case I ever did an aggressive tank again. Or it could probably hang out with the Beischers if I put them with it, if it could stay smaller than the Beischer. So yeah, I'll give it a 5. What do you think, Paul?
If I was ever to have an aggressive Central American cichlid tank, I would put that in as a 7.
Oh. It's your highest one.
Yep.
Okay, Whip. What say you?
I am going to give it a 9 because that is my second favorite tank buster that I'll never own because they get too big.
You know what? I couldn't understand him. Could you understand him, Paul?
Yes, he said he's going to give it a 9 because that's his second favorite tank buster.
Oh, wow. Well, I totally can see that.
So we're ready to start?
Yep.
Okay, people.
But I can totally see that because this is one fish that's way overbought by people because they're so pretty, and then they get too big. If they could make a small version or find a small version, people would love it.
Even if it was like 8 inches, 10 inches, I would totally buy that up.
And this is kind of a fantasy night, so you could ask for whatever size pygmy you want. This is like just if you could find it in a small enough version that would survive in your tanks, you know. Ooh, Kalish gave it a 9. That's interesting. So let's see. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So let's stop it now.
Okay.
Because the most we can get is 10.
Stop.
I think that's the same number. Okay. Well, and we got a 10, and a 6.
Okay, so let me go to where I started. You said 6, right?
Yep.
Nathan Hovey, 8.
Nathan. An 8 for Nathan. He'd like to have one of these if they'd make them a little smaller, I bet.
Kalish, a 9.
Oh, and Kalish was
That
the
was-
big number I saw drop. I was actually the low guy with a 5. That's a 38. But it doesn't surprise me because I think it's a really popular fish that just gets too big.
They're pretty
Yeah, I
fish.
mean, if they stayed even that small, that small picture of them, that one, I mean, that is a good looking fish.
Yeah, they're
It is.
pretty when they're small. It's when they get like that guy can't even handle it anymore.
Right.
Not so much.
Right. That's when you're calling Ohio Fish Rescue or Florida Fish Rescue saying, hey, can you take this thing?
And what I tried to do is always get a photo of humans holding them, except the first fish I looked up, I didn't do that. So I think only one fish doesn't have a human as perspective on how big they can get. Okay, so freshwater stingrays. Now, this stingray I think only gets to about 30 inches. The real pretty ones that we see at the stores.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like this giant Asian one, or maybe it's an Australian one that's this big brown thing, or gray, no, brown.
That's a space.
I don't know if they sell those pups or not, but I love them as pups. When they're this big, they're the awesomest fish in the world. I'm going to give this a 10. I would wish they would make or find a pygmy stingray. What do you think, Paul?
They're pretty fish. They don't need much in height. They do need length. So you could probably get away with, I would do them in like a 60 breeder. So they had some room to swim. I give them an 8.
Awesome. Okay, Whip, have you ever wanted a stingray?
Yep, sure have. I'd probably go. Is this our 4th fish?
Yes, it is.
So I did 5, 9, and 6, right? 5, 9, 6. I'll give this one an 8.
And you can give it the same score. You're not locked into the 10 numbers.
Oh, okay. So we're not like ranking them ourselves.
Right. It's just a total ranking with everybody.
Okay.
I have done it where you only get 1 through 10 and you have to rank them that way. But when it's like that, I normally try to do all rainbow fish or all, the same type of fish to make it easier. I'm sure there's going to be some monsters that we don't have on here. I tried to go like, okay, I'll just be honest. I didn't put goldfish on here. So
Right.
you're not, nobody's going to see goldfish.
Okay, Ed, I just looked it up. The 3 smallest species that are available in the trade top out between 13 and 14 inches across. So there are small stingrays. Oh, did you put start in?
Oh, no, I didn't.
All right,
Oh.
let me do start.
Oh, here. And now I'll spin it.
Okay.
Well, I would still like it if they could stay at 4 to 5 inches. So we got 2 and 3. Well, who knows? Maybe we won't get too many people entering numbers since I showed it so quick.
All right, I'm going to hit stop.
Holy cow, I'm about a half hour behind in my chat.
Okay, I have got, you said 2 and 3?
Yep.
Dennis Christensen at 7.
Dennis, giving it the lowest score, but still a high score.
And then Jeff Kane at a 10.
Wow, Jeff, I like what you're thinking. So that's 20, 36.
It would be pretty cool to have like a little 3 or 4 incher just cruising around your 75-gallon tank or something like that.
Yeah, and I never thought too much about those Hillstream loaches, and I got those 2 free ones from that really nice couple that have a shop in Paducah, J&N Aquatics. They had left. They'd bought 10 of them or 12 of them at the OCA, and it took me about 4 months to drive to Paducah because I just was never going that way. But I finally went that way and dropped them off. But I couldn't find 2 of them, and they said just keep the 2. And I still have them, and those 2 are always on the front of the tank. I don't know how I didn't see them then, but maybe when I was trying to catch them, they were under the filter or what. But they're a neat little fish. They're the closest thing to a stingray I'll probably ever have because I just can't see investing that big of a tank.
Or an alien face hugger. Either way.
Yeah, I wish they always stayed on the bottom, but that's the one bummer thing is when they're sucking. Okay. Well, we're almost halfway through, and we're halfway through the show, so we're doing good. Bam! The Pacu. A lot of people love the Pacu because they're not a mean piranha, but
Sam is left. You can't trigger.
They just get
Yes, it
so
will.
big. So, I don't think I would get a Pacu even if they made them small. So I'm just going to give a Pacu a 2. Oh, my pin just broke.
Uh-oh.
Well, that stinks.
So here's the deal, Ed. There's already a small fish that you could, if you squint your eyes a little bit, you could think it's a miniature Pacu, the Colombian blue and red tetras.
Yeah. Well, even a tinfoil barb. If you want a fish that only gets to 6 inches, you could get tinfoil barbs.
Yep.
Yeah, but even those need like a 300-gallon tank.
Yeah, but like if you went small, I've got some blue and reds in there that are probably 2 inches. So the older ones. So it's there's already kind of something like that you can put in a 55-gallon. So that would be a 1 for me.
Okay. Yeah. I feel the exact same way as you do, Paul. But they are tank busters that people have problems with, so I had to throw it in there.
These are because they're $3 a piece, and they're a vegetarian piranha that people think that's cool, and they buy it, and then they turn into these
monsters.
45-pound monsters that are just ridiculous. And I give it a 1. That's probably my least favorite tank buster.
All right, I'm gonna put start in. Okay, people.
I won't roll until you say
let's
stop.
Get your opinions.
Yeah, you're really right. The Colombians look a lot like it. You could also say, there's so many tetras that look like that.
You get a high-body tetra, one of the larger ones. A lot of them are, you can do, granted, a Serpe is more orange or pinky red, but, same shape.
Yeah.
Any of those high-bodied fish. You could do a phantom tetra.
You could almost go with silver dollars even. If you're trying to trick somebody that doesn't know what a piranha is, basically.
Yeah, you get the wrong silver dollar, you're still talking fairly large fish. Are we going to break?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because my red hooks, they say they're dinner plate size of it. When they get the full size, mine are still little, but That's not something you want in the 55.
All right, I'm going to hit stop.
Okay. Are pacus in the tetra family?
Yeah.
We've got, we got a do-over because we got 5 and 5. Okay, 5 and where did it go? And 7.
Okay, 5 and 7. 5 and 7.
So whoever said 5, this is really important for them.
Nathan
It rolled them
Hovey.
3 times.
Nathan Hovey. 0000000.
So it
Okay,
was important to give him.
And 7, Stephen
Yes.
White.
What'd Steven say?
5.
5. Well,
Ooh.
Steven, you more than doubled the score because it only had 4 before. So it's got a whole big 9. We may have to send all of our pacus to Steven. Oh, I still need Steven. I was gonna send you a T-shirt, and they keep wanting me to fill out the paperwork to be able to send it out of country, and I keep forgetting. I get it, and then I've lost it now twice, and I keep forgetting to just when I get it to fill it out. Not customs. I don't know what it's called.
customs
It's some
document.
paper.
It's a declaration, a customs declaration.
It's so silly for a T-shirt.
Yep.
And if anybody sees, gosh, what was the girl that won the aquarium tape? Her last name was Tropicals. Karen Tropicals? Oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to go back. She never gave me her name and address to me or to Skipper to receive her aquarium tape. That aquarium tape's really cool. I wish I would have brought some down. I have it upstairs, but you stick it on the back, and it's like this rubbery stickum. But when you push the background on it, it just completely disappears. It's amazing. I keep forgetting to take it to my fish store too to see if you'd like to order some. Okay, let's see what the next fish is. Oh,
Knife fish?
the clown knife. Now, clown knife's a very pretty fish, but it does get big. Clown knives get up to 3.3, like 3 feet, 3.3 feet. Whatever. I don't know why they couldn't just say 3 feet and 4 inches, but whatever. Beautiful, beautiful fish. But they really get big. If you could get one of those that always stayed 4 to 5 inches, I think I would like that. I'm going to score it a 6. Paul, have you ever had a clown or clown knife fish?
No, I'm looking it up now on Wet Spot. They don't even have them.
I had one.
They probably get too big for them.
Let me see what Googly Moogly says.
It was the first fish I ever had to feed frozen brine shrimp to. And I went away to college, and I don't think it got enough care while I was not home, and he passed away.
So you do have ghost knife fish that are available already, and I don't believe they get stupid big. I'm looking.
They get 2 feet. They get about 2 feet, 18 inches to 2 feet.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Well, and there might be a knife fish that always stays small. Next time we have Dr. Anthony up, we'll have to ask him if there's a good knife fish that always stays kind of on the small end. Dr. Anthony knows his knife fish.
Now, does he know?
There is a small knife fish. It gets to be about 2.5 inches.
And what's it called?
There's a little guy.
It's called the Microsticharis brevis, and it reaches a maximum length of 2.1 to 5.3. And then there's the yellow striped Gymnotus carapo, which reaches about 30 centimeters. So that's 12 inches. 8 to 12 inches.
I think the micro one would be the one I would lean towards. As long as it's a pretty fish. It might be really ugly, though. But inside out fish or aquatics, knife fish, I think he just said gets to 13 inches.
So
I think Whip just said 2 feet.
In the 55, it's doable. So do we need to shrink this bad boy down because there are other knife fish that are in the more manageable size? So I'm going to say a 1.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to give it a 4 just because it's cool, but I don't really have any. Personally, I don't have any kind of pull to get one, small or big.
When the one I had, I was in high school, and I don't know, it probably got up to 8 inches. I don't know. I just had it in a 55. That was in a 55 back in 91 was a big tank. That's a huge tank.
So, Whip, inquiring minds want to know, where are you driving to?
Home
on the range.
Yep. Thursday is always family Thursday. I go see my dad. Ever since Mom passed, we just we go over there to at least once a week to hang out with him for a little bit.
All right, I'm hitting start.
Well, tell Crystal thank you for letting us use you for an hour of driving.
You're welcome.
Hiya. Okay, so Stephen White said a 4, and we have nobody. Oh, and Larry D comes up with a big 4. And you know what, guys? I went to the doctor today, and then I was preparing this. I totally forgot to make a PSA this week. So I apologize.
Just do a rerun, Ed.
Yeah, just do one of your old ones.
Do an old one. Nobody's going to remember it.
We could do an old one. Okay, let's pick a random old one right now because we're at the. I try to put them out at the 40-minute to 45-minute.
I'm gonna hit stop.
Okay, and let's see what PSA we get today.
In the movies, being bitten by an animal gives you the superpowers of that animal, plus other powers. But in real life, the only power you get is the power to die. Learn the facts. Rabies kills nearly 4,000 Americans every 1,000 years. Rabies.
That was awesome. I think that may have been the first one I ever did. That was sponsored by Shelby and Grant before I put the words on the sides. So thank you, Shelby and Grant.
Okay, spin away.
Okay.
Shake them dice.
We've got 2 and 6.
2 and 6.
It's really weird. The 10-sider is always lower than the 8-sider.
Okay, Larry D with a 4. Dennis Christensen with a 5.
I thought Larry would give it a higher score because it has the name Knife in it. So that fish got a 20. That is actually the second lowest fish of the night.
Ed, I got a knife.
Oh, man. Watch out.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
I wish I had a knife here and somebody to throw it at me, and I'd say, knife me. Try to catch it. Okay.
All right. Next fish.
Next fish.
Paulie's like, let's move this
arowana. Move this along.
Arowana, let's see. They get up to 40 inches long. And they can jump, what is it, twice their body length?
Yeah, something like that.
You're not putting
And
this
that's
in
with
a
a
40
lot
breeder.
of power. So if you get one that big, Whip, you're going to have a really heavy top on it.
All right.
Yep.
Don't be putting numbers in yet. We're not starting.
Yep.
Lay the law down.
But yeah, and I was going to put the real pretty Asian ones, but I didn't want everybody to get upset. So I didn't. Because I think they should be legal in America. And I mean, I shouldn't cry about it because we got like poor Craig that can't get hardly anything in his country. So our few fish that aren't on our lists are
So,
a
Ed,
lot better
this
than
is
his
the
situation.
South American arowana, not the Asian, correct? Because I
Correct.
have people asking,
Yes.
which one is it?
Yeah, this is a South American. There's also an African one with more of a round face. And that one is actually legal, I believe, in America. It's it's completely silver. It's just uglier than the South American. So nobody wants it.
It's a weird looking thing, but you also got the Giardini, which comes out of Australia, which is legal here, and it looks shape wise like an Asian. It just doesn't have the color.
Now, if you really want a miniature one, you can get its cousin, the butterfly fish. They have the exact same trapdoor mouth that these guys have. They have like the same head. It's just their bodies are different because they have the kind of the fins that stay at the top.
Yeah.
That looks more like wings. And they're
Yeah, almost
so
like an
much
airplane,
smaller.
right?
But if you watch, they're so much fun to drop little crickets to because they open that trap door just like the arowana and just swallow those crickets. And the crickets just crawl around on the top of the water because they are buoyant enough. They don't sink. It's really creepy. And they just go, pretty cool. Oh, I just freaked out my cats. They don't like that noise.
So Ed, what's your number?
If arowanas would stay at about 8 inches or smaller, like if they could find one like that, and they probably could, but I'm gonna give it a 6. This is I keep taking my broken pen. A 6. At one time, I was ready to get rid of my discus for arowanas. The very first time I ever saw arowana.
God forbid. Take those words out of your mouth.
Well, the first time I ever saw arowana was at a pet store in St. Louis, and they had them and the stingray pups in the same tank. And I was like, I want this tank because they had like 10-inch arowanas and 5-inch pups, stingray pups, all swimming in there. And I was like, I want this. And they said, you got to be careful because they'll jump. And it's like, well, I can put a big lid on my 200, but I'm glad I didn't do it because they get so big.
So even if they got into that 4 to 5 inch range, you're still going to need a freaking 3/4 inch piece thick of glass with a 50-pound weight on it to keep them in.
No.
Yes.
I had a 27-inch silver arowana. She never jumped out except for the one time when I had the lid off doing a water change.
Yes. That's because she loved you, Whip.
That maybe.
She loved you.
I keep plexiglass over my bike
arowana. But this is maybe a 5 on this. Not something that I feel that I would go out of my way. It'd be nice to have be nice, but it's not an absolute necessity. So a 5.
I got you. Okay, Whip.
I'm gonna go 10.
You were okay. 10.
Yep, that's my winner. I knew that was the winner before we even started.
That's awesome. And maybe the small ones could be like red.
Yeah, or anything, whatever,
Yeah. Maybe peacock colored. Oh man, that would be awesome. All those metallic greens and blues with the
I just love the
circles.
way they move.
Yeah, they're neat. Okay. Well, like I said, I was ready to get rid of all my discus and bring those in.
I'm hitting start.
First time I saw it.
Okay, people. Numbers, please.
Make me proud, people. Make me proud.
And it was before the internet, so I had to like do some real digging to learn about them.
It was before the internet?
91, yeah.
that was, well, I think I didn't really learn about the internet until the teens, at least. I don't know. Well, no, probably 2000. I don't know.
The
No, I was
team.
playing fantasy.
That was like last
sports
year.
and- yeah, I was playing fantasy sports on the internet, I think in 99, so somewhere in there. But before that, we always used newspapers. We had to get USA Today's to do fantasy sports. Do
Yeah.
it all by pen.
Okay.
I don't know when the internet started, but it was probably mid 90s, right?
Yeah, early 90s. I remember doing dial up. Beep, beep.
Oh, I remember. Beep, beep.
All right, I'm hitting stop. Stop.
I had an Earthlink.
What
So
do we
how
have?
many people?
Four
I can't see.
and 6.
Four.
I can't see the numbers. So anything lower than like 7, I'm gonna have to start banning people.
All right.
Can I change my score to a 7?
Okay, 4 and 6. You said.
Yep.
Okay. So there's.
Oh, look, Skipper's here. Hi, Skipper.
Skip.
We miss you, buddy.
Dennis with a 4.
Oh, Danny, I hate to do it to you, man.
You can't mess with Dennis, though. He's got the mafia hat.
Okay, where? Okay, where's Eric? Wyrock. Boots and cats. Boots and cats. Boots and cats. Boots and
I
cats.
think Eric Wyrock is in Ohio.
10.
Oh, Boots and Cats.
See, I can't do it like Eric.
Nobody can do it like Eric.
I've got a Boots and Cats I haven't finished yet. I was
There you
making it
go.
on Pam's show and never got to paint its eyes and little face up because I still don't have light in this room. But Boots and Cats, it's still here. So when I get light, I'm going to paint it.
Bang it.
I got a lot of stuff I need to paint.
Yeah. Get on that.
Okay.
Ed.
So, well, I've got to before the clash because I got to paint all those, my art pieces too for the show.
Got to
23, 27, 37. For the arowana. Uh-oh, I put the Paku in the wrong spot. So let's see. Maybe this is the one that goes in the spot of the Paku. Yep, it is. The shovel nose catfish. These, oh man, I wonder if I can scroll up so we can see the top of the fish. No? Well, nuts. That's what I get for putting a horizontal photo on there. You can't see the top of the fish head. But these things are so beautiful. And if they stayed 4 inches long or 5 inches long, I would have one. Because I love them as babies. But they get so big and they are like the T-Rex of fish. I mean, they eat everything. I don't know who's more aggressive eater. These guys are the red-tailed catfish. They're just both eating machines. And Paku. I'm going to give this, if I could get one that stayed no bigger than 6 inches, I would love it. I'm going to give it an 8. What do you think, Paulie?
We already have the what are they? What the catfish they start? There's Synodontus, very similar looking fish. That you can get something that's 5 or 6 inches, and that is definitely going to be peaceful.
Yeah.
This would be like a 1 for me.
Okay. I mean, I have quite a few Synodontis. I really love the Synodontis, and I've got probably a 14-inch Synodontis right in front of me right now. So you can get the Synodontis big too. But
I'm saying you've got we're talking about that 4 to 5 inch fish. There's already a Synodontis that basically looks like that and is a peaceful fish.
I guess, I don't know. The Synodontis just has more of a rounded up body and stuff. But I'm probably just being picky because I love both fish.
Ed,
and that's what it is.
When you're looking at your Synodontis, squint your eyes. Oh, it's a shovel nose.
Boy, if my Synodontis looked like that, though, I'd start feeding them a lot of bloodworms. I would be like, they're too skinny. But yeah, I've got cuckoos or the petricola. I mean, the same thing, same fit. And I've got lots of them, and they're that same silver and white. And I actually like, you know what? I like the cuckoos better. I like Synodontis better. All right, I'll lower mine to a 7.
Skip says Pictus catfish is a better comparison.
Yeah, except that one's hyper.
Cross whip.
Okay, so Paul, did you say a 1?
1.
Well, you convinced me to go down 1, so I dropped it from an 8 to a 7. Okay, Whip.
Whip is gone. We lost.
We lost Whip.
So I'm gonna hit start. I'm sure Whip will forgive us.
And what we'll do is we'll pick 3 this time. And
okay,
so
numbers.
If Whip doesn't get back in time. Oh, Whip's already back.
Oh, you got him?
Yeah, I just got to get my mouse over to the right screen. There we go. I don't know if he can hear us yet, but we'll find out.
I can hear you. So yeah, I was totally going to go an 8, and then I lost connection. So
he lost his concentration.
Yeah, I did. So yeah,
what does Crystal think?
What does Crystal think?
Yeah, what would she give the shovel nose catfish?
She gives it a 4.
Oh wow!
So she is not nearly as impressed with it as we are.
So your card gives it a total of a 6.
Sure. No.
We averaged you out. Okay, and then let's see what the people said.
All right, I'm hitting stop. Go ahead, Ed, roll.
Oh, look, Nola's here. 7 and 10.
Okay, 7 and 10.
I need to get an app that rolls on the screen so everybody can see it roll.
Stephen White, 8.
Ooh, Steven likes them.
You can log into. You can roll
in Tennessee, 7.
And a 7.
Yeah. Going high.
And you know what? We're going to give Whip an 8 and just say we don't care what Crystal says because he's been here the whole time and I feel bad taking one of his best fish away. Sorry, Crystal. So that one got a 31 total score. That's a pretty good score. If it wasn't for Paul, that would have been a really good one.
Yeah, blame it on me.
Way to go, Paul.
Well, you scored it a 1.
Well, I gave you my reasons.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do a Honey, I Shrunk the Kid fish, it better be worth the effort. And if I can find one that's already that size, I'm good with it.
Well, this one's probably going to be doomed under that logic. The giant Grommy. They look so cute when they're babies, but they get so ugly when they get big.
Where's Doc Anthony? He loves these fish.
They look like whales.
Gouramis. They look like a kissing gourami when they're young.
Yeah.
Like a short body.
Yeah, they got a short body.
But they get even this was the best looking giant photo I could find. They get really ugly. I mean, they get Jabba the Hutt face ugly. actually they get more like the Crimson Guard guys, the pigmen for Jabba the Hutt. Ugly.
No, Ed, there's a technical term for it. Fugly.
Fugly.
They're fugly.
Ugly.
Poor guys. So if you could get me a giant ugly Grommy, and have a small ugly Grommy instead of the small Grommies, I'm gonna go with Paul's theories and say a 2. No, I'm gonna say a 1. I don't want 1. I just don't want it. So I'm giving it the lowest score of 1. Okay, Paul.
1.
A 1. Okay, Whip.
I'd probably go with a
Oh my God, he's
3.
home.
I'm home. That's why I lost connection, because my phone tried to hook up to the home network.
Well, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to see if this one is worse than the Paku. And it's all up to the
All right,
crowd.
hold it, Ed. Hold it. I got to do a start. Okay. And while we're waiting, take a look on the bottom. I put something up there for you to look at.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to look at this one right now. Add to stage. Nope, that didn't work.
Yes, it did.
And oh, it did. I was looking for the Grommy still. Those are so beautiful. So now, are those a blue skin or a red? Would that be considered a blue skinned?
Okay, so the two with the spots are red spot greens, and the darker one is a Heckle cross. I'm not quite sure which one that was, but those three tend to swim together a lot.
That's
so these are
awesome.
4.5, 5-inch fish.
Mine were just solid blue and red or red and blue.
Yeah,
so
I got away from the Skittles colors. I like the more I like the more natural looking fish. I mean, granted, it's a red spot green, but
amazing.
almost all my fish, you see the stress bars on. I think all of them
awesome.
stress bars. So I figured since you were talking about discus, these guys had done a lineup for me the other day, so I took their picture.
It's beautiful. I also had a breeding pair of the blue, like the powder blue ones. I don't know, maybe they're called turquoise.
Yeah, well, there's
blue diamond. Blue diamond.
Blue diamond. There's turquoise. The turquoise tend to be more lines. They tend to be lined as opposed to solids. But,
okay, well then mine were solids.
Yeah, so those are turquoise or something similar.
They also were a little smaller. They weren't as big as the others.
Yeah,
they were like, I don't know, 5 inches tall. They didn't get as big as the others. And
I couldn't get them to keep their colors. I mean, they started out this, I'd get them, they'd be this very vibrant blue, like this this one discus here, the blue in the fins, that very vibrant blue, and then they'd turn brown. Healthy, but they wouldn't keep their color. I don't know if it was what I was feeding it, but so. All right, let's get to our stop.
Okay, guys. 5 and 9.
5 and 9. All right, let's see what we got.
They look like Guppy. Oh, Grumpy. I was about to say, Nola thought that you're
Scotty the Fish Freak. 1.
Scotty. 1. So now 1, 2, 6.
Benjamin Peters. 1.
Oh, it got below the Paku.
It's under the Mendoza line.
It got a total score of 7. Wow. And for our last fish of the night, okay, and I've got 2 fish left. So I'll give you guys a hint. It's either going to be the iridescent shark or the Oscar. The Oscar. Ooh, that's a pretty picture of an Oscar.
Mhm.
The Oscar is the only one that I didn't get with a human in the background. But Oscars can get up to 18 inches long, and I tell you, they get huge. I have
They're chunky.
seen them in swimming pools, and I would be afraid to put my hand in the swimming pool because they look so, and they're huge, they're thick,
They're chunky.
huge fish. Yeah.
They're water puppies. Yeah, I'm a cichlid nut. So if Oscars came in at about somewhere around a 4 to 5 inch fish, I give them a 10. I mean, granted, there's other cichlids that are in that size range, but I don't know they have the personality of an Oscar.
I'm going to totally agree with you. I would love to have a small Oscar. They're so cute and nice. I just don't want to have a fish like a flower horn. I don't want to have a single fish tank, especially the biggest tank of my house dedicated to one big old Oscar.
Yeah, see these guys, if
Oh,
they're in
we lost Whip.
Where did Whip go? There he is.
And
Hey,
Whip
there
is
I
our
am.
Oscar man. I'm sorry, Whip.
I think Whip dozed off.
I just switched to my computer.
Oh, I was afraid I maybe dropped you.
No, it was me. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Or is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm totally going to go 10. Because they will, they do have the best personality of all the cichlids that I've kept. I mean, you can see that guy right there. Maybe you can see him.
Oh, here, we'll make you big.
He's 15 inches at least. He's a minimum of 15 inches. That's a big fish right there. He's all the way in the back of a 2-foot tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they're
And
pretty. They're personable. This one not so much. Of all the Oscars I've ever kept, he's probably the least personable. And now he's pouting because I came home and he said, "Hey,
Where's dinner?"
yeah."
Now, what's the pike-looking fish that's right next to him?
That is exactly what that is. It is a Venezuelan pike.
Oh, okay. Wow. So now, is it an aggressive fish? Because it looks like those two kind of have halves of the tank.
They do go at it, never horrible, but they do lock lips every now and again. That's a red shoulder severum. That's a
Look at how big that Oscar makes that Severin look. That nut Severins, they get big.
yeah. I mean this
A Severin
angelfish is probably I don't know 5 inches tip to tip on the upper and lower fins.
I'm looking at in my fish tank right now. I probably have a 10-inch Severin, green spotted Severin in my tank. Look, he's staring right at me right now. He's like, "Feed me." He thinks I'm sitting and staring at him because my camera or my monitor's in front of me, and I think he's like,
I'm hitting
"You're just
start,
staring
Ed.
at me." No.
Ed, I'm hitting start.
Okay.
That right here. Oh, you just got rid of. But yeah, that I have a red Texas.
I accidentally removed you. You said you had a red Texas.
Yeah, if you can see him back there, he's pretty personable as well, and he's pretty. He's a pretty boy. Can't really see him because I've let the algae get away from me. But
Now, is he a jerk face and has to be by himself?
yep, he sure is.
Yeah, I got a red devil that's all by himself like that too.
So is he. That's a jaguar and a 150 all by himself because he doesn't play well with others.
And jaguars are just beautiful fish, also. So, I never gave my score on
No,
an Oscar. I would love a little Oscar. I'm going to say an 8. Okay. So let's see.
All right, wait. Wait a minute. You want me to stop it?
Yes.
All right, stop.
Oh, is there Liquid Zoo says you need to vote yes for me. So is Matt got an election thing going on right now?
I have no idea.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Me neither.
Okay.
But then I seldom know what he's talking about.
So here we go. Oh, they're both. I keep rolling doubles. That was 2 twos. Okay, here we go. We got. Oh, look, it's 2 sevens. Okay. We've got
5 and
a
a 2.
2 and a 5.
310 aquatics, 10. And you said
Ooh.
a 5? Dennis
Yep.
Christensen, 8.
8. Dennis and I are just like on the same wavelength. So that is a 48.
I think that is your winner. Ding, ding, ding.
Wow. And
Wait,
let me
where wanna?
wait. I'm trying to find my little video. Oh, bummer. I can't find it. I had a special for the winning fish.
Ed, you're slipping, man.
I am. Nico, please don't. Don't push buttons. The cat's. No. Hurry. Hurry. Come on. Do something. Yes. Come on. I got to push a button.
Ed, it's
I don't
a
want you
cat.
to. Oh, boy.
Pick
It's
him
a
up.
cat. It's going to do what he wants.
Pick him up.
Yeah.
Put him where you want him to go.
There can only be one.
I was looking for that only could be one snap, but I couldn't find it. So I just played the whole big thing. So the Oscar is the winner at a 48.
What
The
did
next
the arowana?
The Arowana.
There was
had
a
a-
lot of 10s.
Well, there is 2 10s for the Arowana, but there was also a 5 and a 4.
Oh, that's right. I have to ban Denny.
And the Stingray had a 43. It came in second. It had a 2 10s from me and I didn't write down the people's names this time. I'm sorry, but one of the audience said 10, and then you two both said 8, and then one of the audience said 7. So that's it. Goes Oscar, Nico. You can't just set all my stuff. Oscar, Stingray, and Red Tail Catfish edged
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
Arowana
right.
by
That was
1.
it. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming up and hanging out with me. Paul, do you have anything going on this weekend?
No, I'm actually going to be home this weekend. So
Oh,
work in the yard
okay.
and do water changes.
Well, that's cool. You have to do them live.
Well, I do them once a week. Sunday, she plays cards on Sunday. I do water changes. So very exciting.
Okay. Well, and Whip, do you have your show tomorrow morning?
I do.
Okay. And what time?
10 o'clock Central, 11 Eastern.
Awesome. So
In the
if you
morning.
want
That's
me to be
AM.
there,
That's
I'll be
AM.
there.
AM.
AM. Yep.
The other PM.
Yeah, yeah, right. Let's be clear. I am not going to be up at 11, and if I am, I won't be home.
Well, awesome. I don't know if I'm going to do anything on Saturday or not to fill in for Skipper. I'm going to have to play it by ear. But, I want to show you guys real quick this cool t-shirt that my buddy Ted sent me. My buddy Ted's my best friend. We've been best friends since freshman in high school. So it's always been Ted and Ed or Ed and Ted. But he went to the St. Louis Aquarium and saw this shirt, and he knows I love Cthulhu. So he got me this cool octopus shirt. So thank you,
Who's he
Ted.
Who's he
Thank
got a
you,
hold
Ted.
of there?
What's that?
Does he got the Michelin Man in a tentacle there? Who's he got in the?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, kind of,
Oh.
sort of.
Oh, you know what? It must be their symbol because it's a seahorse, an otter, and a shark.
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
I thought it was a little guy going,
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too. The Michelin Man putting it into a submission.
oh, and Nico got a vote for 10. Wait, does that mean Matt wants a midget Nico? I could probably send him a fur ball. Actually, Nico doesn't cough up many fur balls. It's more the long-haired cats.
That is a long-haired cat problem.
Oh, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My Maine Coon used to just hack them up all the time.
Baby cat barfs all the time. And it's kind of gross, but she's constantly licking herself. But she also is constantly grooming Nico. And she'll also groom my leg. Like when I'm going to sleep every night, she'll like lick my calf on my leg for a half hour.
Ed,
What are you doing to your calf, Ed?
Ed, that's a thing, Ed. Ed, you got a thing going on.
It's terribly ticklish when she licks my knee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ed,
my gosh.
Ed, do you remember that song, Me and Mrs. Jones? Well, you got a thing going on.
Well, actually, it's my shin. It's the top part of not my calf. The calf's the back half, but it's my shin and my knee that she gets. Oh my gosh. But I just want to be nice, so I don't say anything. But man, it's either super ticklish or it starts to hurt really bad. And then when she coughs up a fur ball, it's like, I hope I'm not adding to the fur ball.
Well, if it comes out orange, you know you did. Just saying.
Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. And look, he's stretching and yawning. I wish he would have said something because that was right in the microphone also. And would you like to say anything on the way out, Paul?
Stay fresh, cheese bags.